on 2nd of December 2022. LCJ 3rd of December 2022. LM and I met as arranged at the ICE in Great George Street on the morning of Friday 2nd of December 2022. Stop. I explained that from my point of view, the meeting had, our discussion had three main items: LM's professional development, his future well-being, and how the Benevolent Fund and I could possibly help him. While these notes cover these points more or less in order, our discussion, they were not necessarily covered in that order in the course of our discussion. Stop. So our chat was not as one-sided or as brutal as it may appear from the text. Stop. I explained that LM and I had first met at a flat where he was staying in Homerton in 2018, check. At that time, because of his job situation, as well as helping him gain support from the Benevolent Fund, I offered to be his mentor to assist him with his professional development and obtaining his ING MICE. He was duly given some help from the Benevolent Fund following that meeting, brackets, the report on which was written by my colleague at the time, John Doe, close brackets. In correspondence with LM, subsequently, I explained what I felt he needed to do to prepare for his then MPR, open brackets, now IPR, his professional review for incorporated engineer. After an initial period of seeming willingness to pursue our mentoring arrangement by his engaging me as his mentor through the ICE mentoring portal, despite several reminders, communication with LM more or less ceased until recently, when he applied again to the Benevolent Fund for financial assistance and help with getting a job involving me as his visitor, and also as re-engaging me as his ICE mentor. Stop. Despite several requests for information regarding progress with his CPD, brackets continuing professional development, close brackets, and meeting the the 7 ING attributes, I came to the conclusion that I could no longer support his seeming failure to understand simple instructions on providing information, his reluctance to do so in a timely fashion, and the sense of frustration he induced in people who were engaging with him, either as a supervisor, mentor or consultant. He was in reality temperamentally unsuited to be a professional engineer, and that, with regret, stop. Moreover, he was now 65, open brackets, 1 year away from retirement, from official retirement age, had not had a proper job for the past 4 years, certainly in engineering. He was unlikely to gain a job as a professional engineer really any time in the future, particularly as it would probably take 2 to 3 years for him to become professionally qualified. I explained to LM that as a result I could not, in all honesty, continue actively to support his becoming an incorporated engineer with the Institution of Civil Engineers. So I would continue to review and edit any documents he might draft in support of his own submission. Whatever his own feelings or intentions in the matter, I added that he should be seriously thinking of the consequences and his intentions should he not, as seemed very likely, he not gain meaningful employment in the construction industry, both in terms of his lifestyle, the vain efforts to seek employment, for which he had only had one interview, one unsuccessful interview in the past year, and that he was due for official retirement and eligibility for his state pension within the next year. Stop.